When I was 17 years old, I stood at my mother's grave. And before I could even figure out how to grieve her, before I knew what to do with that kind of pain, I was standing at my father's grave. Same year, same season, two graves in my chest before I ever became a man. And I need to tell you something. Something I didn't know that day. That the same year heaven let the hammer fall was the same year God put a helmet over my mind so the grief wouldn't kill me. You didn't click on this by accident. Somebody watching this has a grave in their own chest right now. Stay with me. The year was 1989. I was just a kid, man. The baby of the family, a mama's boy, I'll own that. My mother was my anchor. She was the one fixed point in my whole world. And then she died. And when she died, something tore inside of me. Not a loud tear, a soundless one, a collapse nobody else could hear. On the outside, I tried to function. I tried to be strong. I tried to act like the ground hadn't just dropped out from underneath my feet. But inside, the ground was giving way. And her absence became a shadow that followed me everywhere I went. I thought that was the bottom. I had no idea the hammer was about to fall a second time. I barely had time to catch my breath from the first grave. And when that second blow came, it didn't come gentle. It didn't come in some tender moment where somebody held my hand. It came in a high school hallway, in the principal's office. Fluorescent lights, cold, official. They called me to the principal's office, and when I walked in, my brother was already standing there, and I could read it in his eyes before he ever opened his mouth. My father was gone. Same year, same season, same boy still trying to survive. The first death. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I went numb. I grabbed my things. I walked out beside my brother. And the world, man, just kept moving. Cars still driving. People still laughing. Like nothing had ever happened. But everything had happened. I was 17 years old. And I was an orphan with two graves inside my chest. Now, here's where people get my story wrong. People assume I went off the deep end because I was rebellious, because I was curious, because I was a bad kid looking for trouble. No, I want to be honest with you because somebody needs to hear this and hear me clear. The drift didn't start with sin. The drift started with loss. The addiction came because the pain needed an exit. The drinking came because being numb felt safer than feeling anything. The mask came because my real identity had just been buried in the dirt. A cousin came up to me not long after, voice barely above a whisper, and asked if I smoked weed. And I grabbed that question the way a drowning man grabs a piece of wood. Yeah. I lied. Yeah, I smoked bud. But in that moment, one thought hit me. Who's gonna discipline me now? I didn't choose darkness because I loved it. I chose darkness because the light didn't come with a manual for how to survive what I had just lost. And if that's you, friend, if you have a habit, a numbing, an escape, and everybody around you keeps treating it like the problem, hear me now. That's not the problem. That's the symptom. There's a grave underneath it that nobody helped you grieve. So, the question is, where was God in all of this? I'll tell you exactly where he was. I didn't know him, but he knew me. I wasn't looking for him, but he was watching over me. And here's the part that took me decades to see. That year, 1989, the year that broke me, in Hebrew, the number 1989 connects to a word, Hamut. And the word simply means helmet, protection in battle. The same year I was orphaned was the same year heaven put a covering over my mind so that the grief would not swallow me whole. I wasn't aware of him, but he was well aware of me. The hammer didn't fall to destroy me. It fell to break what couldn't enter the next season and to forge what one day would. The boy I was died with my parents, but the man God was building hadn't even been born yet. And so, I just want to take a moment and let me talk to the one person this whole video is for. You got a grave in your chest. Maybe it's a parent. Maybe it's a marriage. Maybe it's a version of you that died and you never let yourself mourn. And you've been surviving. You've been in survival mode. You've been wearing the mask, running the laps, numbing the ache, telling everybody you're fine. But deep down, you're not fine. You're a wounded son or daughter standing at a grave nobody helped you dig out of. I need you to hear me say this because I am living proof of this. You are not too far gone. The same God who walked into a graveyard to find a 17-year-old who didn't even know his name, that same God is standing in your wilderness right now. He put a helmet on me when I couldn't pray. He kept me alive when I wasn't even looking for him, bless God. And he rebuilt everything the hammer tried to destroy, and he'll do it for you, friend. Not because you cleaned yourself up first, but because that's who your father is, and that's who calls me son. If that's you, don't close this video and run again, and keep running. Just pray this with me, right now, right where you're sitting. Say, Lord, I've got graves in my chest. I never let you touch. I'm done running. Don't cast me away. Restore me as your son. Restore me as your daughter. If you prayed that, comment one word, home. I want to pray for you by name. My name is Daniel, the drive-by preacher. And the God who refused to give up on me has not given up on you. I'll see you on the next one. Stay in the fire. We are in hot pursuit of the Almighty. Don't get left behind.